Good morning. I have exciting news and a crazy story at the same time. So I'm all bundled up because I had my cardiology follow up appointment this morning. And even though I'm better off than a lot of you, it's still pretty cold outside. So I decided that I was going to try driving myself to my appointment. This is the first time I've driven myself to an appointment in, I believe 4 years. I know that's crazy, but it's coming up on it'll be 4 years in the summer that I have been on the ventilator. So, and even before that, I wasn't doing well and mostly wasn't driving myself places. So, yay! Yay! Woohoo! Yay! I hope I didn't say that too many times and too loud, but it's awesome news. So it was quite the process to get out the door. I'm going to try to turn the camera and see if I can show you some things. Okay, so right here, right, oh, my cat wants to talk to you guys too, right there. That's my nighttime ventilator machine. And what I have to do in the morning is unhook everything from that. I'll try to bring this around again so you can see it. So it's got a, oh, I don't know, I'm not good at this. Okay, it's got a filter outlet, and then you have to, and then down here, I have my reservoir that I use overnight to keep my airways as moist as possible because it really dries things out having to use this. People who use CPAP and BiPAP understand, so that part's not uncommon. So yeah, so I have to, because I use the other machine at night, which I have named Notte for. It's Italian for night. It's a ventilatore notte. Nice Italian name for nighttime ventilator. That's my cuteness and fun that I have with it. So I have to unhook all of, because the hose would normally be hooked all plugged into that. Then I switch to my daytime machine, which is I have on my walker over here. This is the daytime machine. This is the hose I was talking about, and it has the outlet over here that I have to put in. I know it sounds like silly that it's like, oh, I'm making a big deal about it, but I'm just saying it's like, just there's a lot of steps just to unhook from my nighttime machine to my daytime machine. And then also I use a full face mask at night, so I have to switch it to this one for the daytime. I have to pack a full mask just in case while I'm out I need more support. I have to pack the plug for the machine if I'm out. It has an 8-hour battery, but you never know. You have to always be prepared. Then I have to transfer it off of this walker is where I always store it. But if I'm going anywhere, obviously I can't take this whole setup into the car. That would be beautiful if the whole thing would just load itself into the car. So what I'm going to do is get on the walker and walk with you to my garage. I'm sharing all of these steps for a reason. It's going to make sense when I get to the part that's crazy. Okay. Because it was good and it was crazy at the same time. Okay, so we're going to my garage, which thankfully isn't too far from my bedroom. Alrighty, into the garage. I have a little ramp that goes. Try to show you guys. I have a here. There we go. This little ramp that I have to roll this guy down. So down we go into the garage. I'll turn it back on myself momentarily. And I gotta close the door so no kitties follow after me. Okay, so now we're in the garage, and I have to load up the machine from the walker into my car. And then also, I have to get my power tare. I can't I can't walk with the walker again. It would be ideal, but I don't have enough stamina to walk with the walker, even once I get somewhere. It would just take a lot more muscles, and since I'm using all different muscles, every one I use has the potential for wearing out my system. So I have to be as smart as possible. So here's my chair. I'll get there. Okay. That's Shirley on the lift. There's a process to put Shirley on there. You have to first lower the lift from the car, drive Shirley on. You put these little anchor things. Get to that. All right, hold on. Okay, maybe I can't. I don't know. Let me see. There we go. You have to anchor these. There's 4 of these straps that you have to put down. Anchor the chair. You have to do it in a certain order. My husband had to teach me the order of how to do all this, because it's not just like a simple drive it on and you go. It's a process. And even down to silliness like, oh, you got to cover the controller with a bag. And I was like, oh, should I? But it's like, oh yeah, I mean, you're driving outside. So I do it all. I get all loaded up. Figure out how to get my ventilator and myself into the car. I'm like doing all these steps back and forth. And then I have my backpack that I have to carry that has just like normal people stuff. And then it has a binder where I keep all my everything medical listed, so that if it got to a situation where I couldn't speak, it would spell it all out for whoever's taking care of me, because that has happened before where I didn't have it and I needed it. So I do it all. I get there. Don't have much time to spare. I'm kind of bummed that I didn't budget that correctly, but hey, I got there. And it's next thing you know, my timer goes off. It's time for my 9 o'clock medicine. The one that I mentioned yesterday that I have to take every 3 hours. The name brand for it is called Mestinon. I won't tell you the generic because it's kind of hard to pronounce, but and y'all don't care anyway. But anyway, Mestinon is the drug that I need. Like, it's kind of like your emergency inhaler for an asthmatic. Like, it really manages the symptoms in the immediate term. I mean, like, if you get past the point of that not working with your other regimen, then you need to go to the hospital. But like, yeah, it's some medicine that I really cannot afford to miss. And so I go to the section of my backpack where that's supposed to be, and that was what I forgot. In all those 1,000 steps, I brought my bottle of water to take it, but I didn't bring the drugs. And I'm like, oh gosh, because my appointment was 8:45. It's 9. And the waiting room is full of people. So I go up to the the receptionist, and I tell her my urgent situation. I said, can you please guarantee, is there any way possible you could guarantee that I could be in and out by 10 o'clock? And she said, well, you're the next patient to go back, but I can't guarantee that will happen, but we'll do our best. So the medical assistant gets me in and gets me started, and I told her my story, and I said, I know that y'all have to be respectful of a schedule, and I don't want to bump anybody else out of their spot, but this is the situation. So I prayed. I asked my dad, who is hopefully having a big party in heaven, Dad, please pray for this intention, please. And then I prayed this deliverance miracle prayer that my mom learned about. Most precious blood of Jesus, save us and the whole world. I just started praying that over and over in my head, and just said, God, I'm asking that I could have this prayer answered, that I could be seen and finished by 10 a.m. Because it's an hour late, but it's like not gonna get to like critical. I have actually missed full doses before in the past by accident, but usually I'm in bed when that's happening, and not having to drive myself home from somewhere, because that was the other thing. Everything I had to do to get in, I had to do in reverse when I got out. And like, I'm home now, my chair's still there, my other stuff's not unpacked, and I'm not even gonna do that until I get inside and get some coffee and rest and recover. And guess what? It happened. I thank them profusely, but super excited that, yeah, it was a good appointment overall. I'm not going to give you guys those details because, yeah, whatever. Who cares about that? But thank you so much for listening, letting me share the craziness and the great story. I hope that you are having an awesome day. Let me get back this way. I'm going to put myself in the door. I hope you're having an awesome day. Bye.